y'all are only speaking from conjecture. It's speculation at best. Because what a man tells Shan about how he got his money and what he did has to be tempered by the fact that he wants some head. The thing that a woman tells Sharon about how she got her money has to be tempered by she needs a stepdaddy or she just wants some dick, whatever it's saying she's seeing him.
So she never said that men with money are bad, men without money are good. So would you agree that money is a part of your character? Is the amount of money?
I think that you have a certain character that to obtain that to get that money. Like maybe it's you're very ambitious, you're very like straight to it. Like it comes with a character rate, like a quality or it's a certain man who can get that, right? So maybe when we think about like, oh, is he, I don't know.
Okay. So money, what does money tell you about a man? At least tell me the bare minimum that money tells you. If I said I had a blind date, he makes over $1 million a year. What did that tell you right there?
Well, no, it doesn't tell me. It just tells me he's a hustler. It doesn't tell me much about his character though, because I don't know.
You're very handsome. You're very handsome. Oh, you're attractive. Yeah. So fine. It doesn't tell
me he's attractive because that's what I find. Most of them are not attractive, which is the reason why I sometimes do. But that's another story.
So it doesn't tell you. Just said it doesn't tell you much, but he's a hustler.
Right.
Oh,
so I can tell you what.
I can say that if he's very giving, right? If he's a giver, he's very generous to people, philanthropist. I can say I'll build off of that. Then maybe his character, it has a lot to do with character. But I can't just say a blanket statement saying based off money. And I agree with both. But I think I probably got it mixed up because it's kind of late, you know what I'm saying? But what he was saying, there are some things you can gather from a guy who has money, basically. And he got it himself. Not that it was trickled down to him, but he actually hustled to get it, Like I know Willie talks about his business all the time. I in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, he's a hustler. He gonna, the way he talk, he snaps at it. Is somebody who, I believe that. So I think that there are certain things I can't explain it.
So this is the thing.
Some of the things that character shows is determination, ambition, to see a plan through.
Yes, Dr. Willie. So I promise you, this won't take too long. So 3 things we got to push back on. Y'all fellas, I don't know how y'all keep letting this shit slide. Well, I get you because that's just saying you have different way. That's fine. But one, saying you know a lot of rich men that were kind. Of course they're kind because they want to fuck you. If you were ugly, that would matter. If you were unattractive, that would matter. You don't know very many men who aren't going to be kind to you because they want to add to the miles of dick you've taken in your life. So that's not necessarily a thing we can brag about. Like, oh, well, men with money do this because of no. Those men were kind. They were kind because they wanted to fuck you and had money. So that's what they probably.
So is that different from a man who doesn't have money?
He still wants to fuck you too. He's just kind without money.
Right, okay.
So that's the problem. Like you have to be very unattractive for the way that a man treats you that's not fucking you to matter. Because again, he wants to actually, like we're objective based. So these niggas aren't being kind for a reason. I mean, for no reason. And there is a big difference about where we put our money when we do donate it because we don't have to donate to charities. We can go buy art. We can also go lose money, hide money. There's a bunch of other ways we can do it. So there is something to be said for guys who do donate to charities, especially ones that start their own foundations and then, run the money through there and then still do good with it. So there is something to be said for that. And then lastly, if money is part of a man's character, then Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, who else? Who was another billionaire that you're saying y'all are going to...
Elon Musk.
Nah, I don't want to say his name because I don't want my shit to start breaking. Michael Jordan, all of those guys are the most high character individuals in the country because how much money they have. Because at the end of the day, if money is part of your character, it can't weigh the same as being honest, being intelligent. It has to weigh more because you have so much more of it. To say that men who have money or like getting to upper echelons, this is the part that I hope that y'all understand. Y'all are only speaking from conjecture. It's speculation at best. Because what a man tells Shan about how he got his money and what he did has to be tempered by the fact that he wants some head. the thing that a woman tells Sharon about how she got her money has to be tempered by she needs a stepdaddy or she just wants some dick, whatever it's saying she's seeing him. And y'all have to start considering that part because y'all take shit at face value when it benefits you. Like, oh yeah, I've had a rich man stalking me. If a rich man really wanted to stalk you, he would have got your ass. You wouldn't be on this show because he has money and he can make some inconvenient things happen to you. You to be duct taped.
When I say stalk, he wasn't trying to kill me. He was just.
That's not what I mean. Either. I'm not talking about killing you either. He'd have had your ass chained up to a ceiling, spinning from a ceiling fan naked. That's what I'm talking about. So, like saying that these motherfuckers that have money aren't doing anything or it doesn't matter, it's not a part of their character, and money absolutely matters. To make the type of money that you women respect, like, and I'm saying you women in general respect, is not easy. And if it was, everybody would do it. Everybody would be making $250,000 a month. Everybody would say we have all this money and there would be no poor people. But unfortunately, it's niggas that need to work at Walmart. It's niggas that need to drop off my DoorDash deliveries. And those are the men that y'all don't pay attention to. Like, those are the men that you don't acknowledge. And I know you're finna say, what's a mechanic that I know? Well, guess what? You know why you know him? Because he did something for you. But guess what the common denominator is between all the rich niggas and average niggas? They still want to fuck. So they're going to do what it takes to fuck. A rich nigga can pay for it. An average nigga got to listen to you about your life story, pretend like he likes your hair, pretend like he gives a fuck about your childhood until you come up off that ass. A rich nigga doesn't have to do that. He can wine and dine you, and then at some point you're gonna be like, you know what? My dress belongs on the floor.
Now I can agree real fast. I'm sorry, I know it's Sharon's time. I do apologize. I can agree with that. I think I just wanted to debunk the fact that we have this thing where we go after rich people like they're just these bad people, but then the other guy is not. Like, no, I think that should, like Bo, I think that Bo was trying to articulate, it probably should just not matter. Let's just take that out of the equation because both can be, you know.
I think the problem is that we gotta just understand is a ambition level with when it comes to the money part of the character's ambition is determination, is making a plan. Most people that are very wealthy, you gotta have a plan. You gotta see that plan through. You gotta be able to deal with things and change your plans as you see fit. There's a lot of characteristics that comes with it. It doesn't negate that honesty and integrity. Those are different characters that you gotta add, that doesn't have anything to do with the character of money. So a lot of the things that we cannot conflate those two things. They're just separate because it can be a dishonest man that make a lot of money because he has a lot of determination and ambition. So we cannot just mix it all up as one gumbo. So to have the honesty and integrity and loyalty and all these things, those things are separate from the money. And this is why, and we know character and money comes along with it because we hear men say it all the time. What did she expect when she was dealing with such and such of a status person? Because you attach that character to that man. And it's okay for us to just be honest about it.
I think that we more so attach the proximity that man is in and that friend group, like you said, to that character, not the money.
You know what I find interesting, because you guys laid down some solid stuff as far as the money and stuff. So that content. But what I find interesting is that we don't account for the women who you can't waste their time. So back to one of the points that Sharon was trying to make and paint as a premise that these women actually want to arrive at being picked. I've encountered so many women that when they don't play about themselves, you can't date them for 7 years. You can't be in a relationship for a decade. That's not commonplace. So a lot of what I see is that they're just talking. If you truly want to be picked, you don't waste the very valuable asset of your time. If that is truly who you are. But if 4 years goes by and 8 years go by and you're saying, well, I'm just trying to wait till he gets this together, I got to call cap. You are who you are no matter where you're at. So if you really are at that level of being able to attract what you say and claim you deserve, I'm sorry, this young lady that we're doing a reaction to wouldn't have made it to almost 40 and had no solid suitors. I just don't believe that. It doesn't even correlate. It's like you made it to 40. I'm sure you've had a job. You've made it to 40. I'm sure you had a couple of cars. You telling me you made it to 40 and couldn't get nobody of adequacy? Something's not adequate.
But that's the so even if when I looked at stats, and please somebody can Google it real fast, even when I looked at stats in 2005 5 because I wanted to do research on when did the decline happen, like how far back in my, as far as I can remember, did the decline happen. Even then, the marriage rates were extremely low. So even before the internet took place, people were in relationships, but the marriage rates were still low. And I've seen people it's people out there in relationships now. It's very rare that I go somewhere and I'm not seeing people holding hands. These are not turning into marriages. There's just, I don't know, Kumbaya, I don't know what to do. You can go to a festival in no rings, but they're holding hands, no rings, So it's just so confusing on, I don't.
Well, now that I know that if I hold my woman's hand, we gotta be married, even though.
No, we're basing it off of. We're basing it off of.
No problem. Giving me a hard time. So